Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I am your host, Hery Acosta. Another day, another Pacers loss, but first things first. Prayers up to Cade Cunningham. He has a collapsed lung. He's going to miss a lot, probably the rest of the regular season potentially. That takes him out of, that's most likely going to take him out of any awards, any, MVP consideration, which is awful because he actually had the most games remaining of any MVP candidate. So I might do an episode tomorrow. This is the last episode of the week, just talking about the 65 game rule and how my thoughts on it have changed. Because originally, when it actually came to be, I was a big fan of it. So I was thinking, well, availability is the best ability. But after seeing this season in particular, seeing players like Jokic, who's usually not as injury prone, be out for 16 games. Wemby continues to miss games here and there because of different injuries. We've seen Shea miss 12 games this year, and just a lot of other players not being able to play. So I think maybe that should go down to 60 games because that's still more than two-thirds, three-fourths of the season. That's 60 out of 82 games that you can play. And that still gives a little bit more leeway because back people who played 60 games were still all NBA first, all NBA second. So that's just my little synopsis. I will talk more about it tomorrow. But first, let's talk about the Trailblazers game. Another big game by Denny Avdija, 32 and 11 and 5. And outside of him, Donovan Clingan had 28 and 13. Clingan's a dog. I've talked a little bit about how I would like him on our team just because he's one of the better rebounders in the league. He is also very, very tall. He's 7'2", 280 pounds, a big dude. But this year he's averaging 12.2 and 11.6. Those numbers are way up from last season. Also got to get you some blocks. In this game in particular, he had two. Drew Holiday continues to turn back the clock. 15 points, 2 steals, 8 assists. 17 points for Kamara, 2 points, 10 rebounds for Robert Williams. Once again, another big rebounding performance from him. And on our side, a few things to look at. Zubac 18 and 8. He's getting better, but 7 of 18 from the field. That's something that we definitely need to work on because he's shooting from the paint. We cannot be that bad in the paint. But we did have 8 players in double figures, and that includes Neesmith with 15, Huff with 11, Walker with 10, Peter and Shepard also with 10, and Quentin Jackson with 13. Jackson also had 6 assists, 10 assists for McConnell, 7 rebounds for Slauson and Walker. And speaking of Jalen Slauson, where has this come from? 17, 7, 4, 1. Oh, they gave him 3 blocks. Well, originally they had given him 4, which is why I put 4 on here. But 3 blocks. Out of nowhere. I mean, he hasn't played in 2 seasons in the NBA. He's been in G League, overseas, but he came in averaging 25 minutes per game, 7.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, almost 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. Since he's joined the league, in his first game, he didn't score, but he's had 10, 3, 8, and 17. 8 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 1 rebound, 7 rebounds, 5, 4, 3, 3, and no assist in the game against Milwaukee. He's been shooting okay. He's been shooting 38%. I say okay, but it's actually not that good. 31% from the three, but he has been shooting 89% from the free throw line, meaning he's 8 of 9. And just overall, I like what I'm seeing. Yes, he could be a little bit more consistent of a shooter, but honestly, so can everybody on our team because in this game in particular, we shot 50% and still lost. But that all has to do with the fact that they grabbed 22 offensive rebounds compared to our 10. They had 34 second chance points compared to our 13. And third biggest lead was 22. We never led. So that's definitely something to look at. Now, obviously, we know what we're doing, but this is just stuff that I want to fix for next season. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in all the action. Playing Underdog is easy. Just choose your favorite players and go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, or more. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Now, we got some good games today, and yesterday, my picks were both right. Both Luca and Jason Tatum went higher. Now we are going to go with 2 other players. We're going to go with LaMelo Ball and Con Canepa. We're going to go with 2 Hornets players, and I might even do Wembanyama. But LaMelo Ball, 20 and a half. Con Canepa, 18 and a half. I'm gonna flop them. I'm gonna go higher on Kneppel, lower on LaMelo Ball, just because the way Kneppel has been playing, he can just light it up at any moment. And there's not really, besides Jalen Suggs, I don't think there's anyone that can really defend that perimeter perfectly against Kneppel. LaMelo Ball, I feel like this game is going to be more focused on passing and just, trying to get some big plays in. We've seen what he's been able to do. Now, Wembanyama is a 24.5 against the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to go higher on Wembanyama. I think this is another game that he could genuinely just dominate, especially with Mark Williams being out. There's no way Ozo Ighodaro is going to defend him at all or anyone on that roster. So I will go higher on him. But use promo code BasketballFan to score $75 in bonus entries. Once again, promo code BasketballFan. Underdog. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-878 or text HOMI 467-369.
Welcome back to the show. Now, this segment's going to be short. We're on a 15-game losing streak, which as long as I've been alive, that has never been a thing. I actually doubt we're going to win 20 games this year, which fantastic. Really hope that means top pick. But let's look at our upcoming schedule because we have some pretty crazy games coming up. We have San Antonio, Orlando, Lakers, Clippers, and Heat. The Orlando and San Antonio games are away, but then we have LA, and Miami all at home. Those are, split by 2 days. We don't have we just had a back to back. We actually don't have another one till our second and third to last game when we play Brooklyn in Brooklyn and then Philly at home. And we end our season April 12th against Detroit here at 6 p.m. Um, it's so funny looking outside because the weather has just been so weird. 'Cause right now it's like pretty sunny. I don't know how warm it is, but the other day it was sunny, snow, blizzard, snow, blizzard again, sunny, and another blizzard. So it's like, what can we just make our mind on what we want to do? Because you couldn't see for 2 seconds, but then you could see just fine. So, but back to this. Our next game is against San Antonio. We will be continuing that losing streak because there is no way Wembanyama isn't dropping 35 points against us, or he might not even have to drop 35 points against us because we're just gonna probably be losing by 20, especially with the fact that Siakam is still out with a knee injury. Zubac, Nembhard, Toppin, and Potter are all still game time decisions. Zubac has a head injury from last game, which I didn't mention that earlier, but it might be a possible concussion. If it is, rest up, get better. There's literally no need for you to even come back this year. Seeing what you can do so far, just get ready for next season. We are all very excited to see you here. And that's really all I have. But as always, I'm your host, Hery Acosta. This is Pacers Daily. Boom, baby. And go, Sirs.